Hey guys, are you thinking about being a freelancer in 2025? Well, this process can be very fun, but also overwhelming at the same time. I was recently asked to speak on the panel at the Adobe Creative Retreat, and I shared some of my experiences with a lot of different students. I got some very positive feedback, and I just would love to share that experience with you. So I have some notes here in hand, and let's go through some of these tips. All right, so number one, you want to treat yourself like a brand. So before you design for anybody else, you really need to sit down and think about what you want to offer to your clients. And having a strong portfolio, having a clean website, and also your social media presence is very important to reflect your design style and what type of clients you'd like to serve. So your brand is your first project, so really make it count. All right, number two, talk about money early and often. You really have to price with confidence because we don't want to waste time on these discovery calls and after 40 minutes finding out that it just wasn't the right fit or the client really had a small budget and the numbers just didn't align. My tip would be to bring up the pricing within the first 10 to 15 minutes of your conversation. Otherwise, it only gets harder later on to discuss numbers. So just be transparent and start to, put your numbers out there and practice saying your numbers often. All right, so another common question is, how do I price my services? Now, you really want to do some research and find similar designers within your area doing similar niches, providing similar offerings, and see what other people are charging for their goods and services. They may have the similar style or, number of years in experience. So use that as a sounding board or a benchmark, and then, try to put some numbers out there. If you find that you're getting a lot of yeses, I think that means you need to raise your prices just a little bit. Now, if you start to get more pushback with clients or negotiating pricing, then, maybe you need to tailor the prices just a little bit. Always secure a deposit, whether you're more comfortable securing 25%, 50% up front. This is all up to you, but be sure to accept a deposit first prior to starting a brand new project. All right, number three, you have to manage your finances like a business. So keep your personal and business accounts separate and always document your income and your expenses properly. Track everything. This is going to help you with, taxes at the end of the year, and also have some type of accounting software to help you with this. So whether if it's a spreadsheet, whether if it's QuickBooks or a Notion template, something to keep track of all your financials. All right, number four, specialize, but also stay adaptive. All right, so you do have to diversify your clients. What I mean by this is you should pick a niche, and whether it's logo design, package design, website design, UI, UX, whatever it is that you are most passionate about. Pick a niche, but don't box yourself in because this is an industry that is ever changing. It's always evolving. So you have to be able to adapt and change. Also pick an industry that you love, that you also that they also have a healthy budget. What I mean by that is avoid relying on micro budgets or really small startups. If all your clients is like that, then it is not sustainable in the long run. So what I would suggest is have a mixture of clients. Some clients who are able to have bigger budgets for their projects. That way it can leverage the projects that maybe have a smaller budget, but you're able to help them out, be a little bit more bold, and they're more of the juicy projects that I often refer to. Okay, next, number 5. Network like your career depends on it, because it does. All right, so you have to connect with local businesses near you. It may be other creatives such as photographers, copywriters. It could be another web designer if you're more like a print designer. Early work could be from, a friend. It could be a colleague. It could be, acquaintances that you know. So, networking, it's a great skill to have. And always tell people what you do so that they remember you by. Number 6, contracts are non-negotiables, okay? So always use clear and written contracts and set the expectations. From the beginning, you might be able to grab the AIGA template for the contract to when you start using it, which is okay. And then later on, as you save enough money, do hire a legal advisor. That way you can have them write you a formal contract to display all of your scope of work, the clauses, a payment schedule. So all of those things need to be on the contract. So for example, a pause clause. If your client disappears and then they come back like 3 months later, maybe there is a clause that says, to restart, it's an X amount of dollars for us to restart. Number 7, develop a streamlined design process. All right, a solid design process is going to be very helpful to smooth the project. So a basic workflow could be you're researching in the beginning, there could be some color and style exploration, design and development, client presentation, revisions, and then of course approval and delivery. Now everybody's process could be a little bit different, but that's kind of the basic outline. And what you want to do is customize it for what is your secret sauce, what is your design process. So, and keep it consistent. Consistency is the key. Some projects you may have to vary your process just a little bit, but imagine if every time a new client comes to you and you have a completely different process. That is probably not what you want to do. All right, number 8, build a killer portfolio that attracts your dream clients. So show only 3 to 5 of your strongest case studies or projects. And you want to always start with the best visuals and then add 2 to 3 sentences or a little bit of an overview of a description of the scope of work of the project. Then you want to perhaps add in some measurable results. What was the ultimate impact? And how did that change or help the client succeed in their business? Now, a small little tip would be to reverse engineer success. Go do some research, maybe it's Behance, maybe is a design agency that you really love, and see how they do their portfolio style. And it's okay to kind of mimic what their layout looks like, of course, using your own work. Number 9, use passion projects to attract dream clients. So here's what you want to do. What I mean by that is if you want to work in a specific industry, You want to maybe feature a design that you self-initiated, so it's a passion project, and you want to showcase how you solved these changes. So a lot of times clients hire you not for just the pretty designs, they actually want you to solve a problem. All right, so make it look like as real of a project as possible. And a lot of times when the potential dream client sees that portfolio, they will reach out to you and see if you are able to help them out. Number 10, master time management and automation. All right, so set boundaries. Things like your business hours, how your clients should reach out to you. Should they only email? Should they use an inquiry form? Can they text you? Can they WhatsApp you? So these are the boundaries you would like to set, because the last thing you want is to have your clients call you after hours or keep text messaging you because they need something quickly. So always set boundaries initially. You want to use tools to streamline your work, whether it's a Google form to get your client intake for questionnaires, or Notion for project tracking, or invoicing software for payments. So things like Honeybook, QuickBooks, use these software to help you streamline the administrative type of work. Automate repetitive tasks so you can focus on the creative process. All right, now here's a bonus tip. Be patient and stay persistent. So freelancing is a marathon, okay? I'll say it again. Freelancing is a marathon, all right? It's not a sprint. The first year is gonna be kind of rough, but be consistent. Continue to work on your craft and your skill. Keep building that. Stay professional. Keep making your connections with, your peers and your acquaintances. Stay hungry. Keep learning. And don't give up. Don't give up. Set some goals for the year. If a year's too long, set it by, for the quarters. Quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just set up some mini goals for yourself. Now, this is all I got for you guys for today. I really hope by sharing these tips is helpful to you. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I did recently earned about 300 subscribers, and thank you so much everyone for subscribing to the channel. It means the world to me that you would tune in and watch the videos that I upload. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Have a great day.